Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you can click the subscribe button and stay for a while. I upload 3 times a week. Get ready with me, shop my stash, trying on new makeup. If it's beauty or makeup related, I will be posting it. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you can tell from the title of the video, today we're gonna talk about makeup brands that I really enjoy and adore, but when it comes to their eyeshadow formulation, not so much. So if that sounds like a video that you would like to see, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, as you can see, hair is pulled back. I do have the Ordinary Milky Toner for the whole face, brought back hydration into my skin. And then I did go in to the new Refi Beauty Mattifying Primer. I forget the name of it. In my T-zone, I tried that on camera with you all in the video before this video. In case you're wondering what my thoughts are, it's only the second time I've used it today. So far, so good. Anyways, the next primer that I'm going to jump into is from Chanel. And I feel like Chanel is definitely a luxury brand that I absolutely enjoy, especially when it comes to their complexion products and the formulas that they use for like their bronzers and their blushes. But I do feel like when it comes to eyeshadow, they only cater to one particular audience. And that is those who don't enjoy a bam in your face type of eye look. Some people might say mature skin individuals, those who enjoy easy, don't have to think too hard, probably one and done kind of eye looks. You might not agree if you're one of those people. I do feel we have so many amazing eyeshadow formulations that have been presented to us from indie brands that I can't help but think that Chanel could possibly work just a tiny bit on their formulation for their eyeshadow palettes. This is the 79 Spices. So these formulas are super soft, silky. Most of the formulas that they give us are not like a straight matte formula, you know, and you definitely do have to really dig in order to see the pigment. So if that's something that you don't enjoy, then yeah, you see this and you think, why am I going to spend $60+ on an eyeshadow formula like this, you know? But there are people who love this, and they probably cater to those people because most of their money is probably made through their boutiques. So the Nordstrom boutiques, or when you go to a mall, sometimes they have a Chanel store. So I understand why. For me personally, I do feel maybe they should work on something a tiny bit different. But again, that's just my personal opinion. So Chanel definitely made it on this list. Okay, the next brand that made this list is Dior, and we are going to jump in to the Forever Matte Foundation. I am gonna mix some of these Surratt Dewdrops in a lighter shade, just because this is 3N and it's too dark. So I just mix it on the back of my hand with the Dior and then apply it. Okay, so Dior. I feel like Dior is the same type of situation as Chanel, the formulas. Now, not all of them are bad. They actually do give us different ones, but it's kind of annoying because I feel like the ones that they give us where the pigment is good, and we get a little bit of extra sparkle in the shimmers, those are like the limited edition and they're not available once they sell out anymore. I wish they became part of their permanent line, and I think right now they're reformulating a lot of their stuff as well. So yeah, so I feel like Dior also caters to that particular audience, and more than likely it's probably because they make most of their money from the boutiques that they have all around the world and the malls at Nordstrom. And I mean, I get it, but I do feel like those who shop from Dior online are kind of at a disadvantage. I'm pretty turned off from buying shadow from Dior just because, gosh, out of all of the ones that I've purchased, I don't reach for most of them. I just don't. What is this? This is the 5 Color Couture 839 Popeline. This was a limited edition, and in this one, I feel like these two shades look similar. It just, like, the pigment was not... I have foundation on my hand. You know, let me do the pink one because this is the one where I feel you can really see it. I swatched this pink one here and like nothing is showing up. There it is. Yeah, so again, particular audience. Either this is the kind of formulation you enjoy or it isn't. I feel like Dior, for the amount that they charge, could give us just a tiny bit more than what they've been giving us. Okay, the next brand that made this list is Rare Beauty. So I do have an eyeshadow. They did a little set where it was, I think, was it a lipstick? Frick, I don't remember. But you got a little mini eyeshadow palette and something else, but I just can't remember what it is that you got in the little set. Anyways, I did try, and I don't even think the video where I tried it made it to my channel. I think it was a full face of Rare Beauty and something happened where I deleted the footage, but I did try the eyeshadow palette. I can't find it. I wish I had it on me because I can't find it. That formula is not great. I have heard some people say that they enjoy it, and I thought every single shade in the palette was lackluster, really had to dig in the pan for pigment. And then the shimmers were the same situation, and right in the middle is a pan of glitter with gel. It's just not pretty. I did not try the first round of eyeshadow palettes that they did. I've heard the quality of those is better, but the newest ones that they have, and they haven't given us anything new when it comes to eyeshadow in quite some time. Have they done single shadows? Oh no, they did do those single shadows, but I didn't try them. I just feel like for the brand being as good as it is, almost everywhere else, I feel like they have a good thing going and they don't have too many duds. But when it comes to the eyeshadow formulation, it's just atrocious. It truly is. If you're somebody who doesn't like a lot of pigment, then maybe you enjoy it. Oh, I think it was Blair from Simply Blair. She likes the formula from Rare Beauty, but she also does pretty soft eyeshadow makeup. But yeah, for me, the eyeshadow formula is 100% lackluster and they need to improve on it. Not sure if that's going to change now that Miss Selena Gomez is no longer a part of Rare Beauty. But this is the bronzing stick. Yeah, the bronzer stick in Happy Soul. Fabulous product. If you're a beginner for cream products, this is for you. Absolutely love this. Would 100% recommend this to anyone. BK Beauty 111. You see that? Like, do you see how beautiful everything is looking? Because these brands are amazing, but when it comes to the eyeshadow, it's just not. Okay, the next brand, I feel like you either are going to agree or disagree. Charlotte Tilbury. I am going to jump in to this Matte Beauty Blush Wand in Pillow Talk is the shade I have. But first, let's talk about the eyeshadow formulations. So the quads is what she's mostly known for. This is in Exagger Eyes, and I feel like these quads are either for you or it's not, and you either feel like they're worth it or not. You get 4 shades, and I think you pay over $60 for this. Yeah, that's crazy. So I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people feel it's not worth it, and I understand. I get it. This is really pretty. I do enjoy this quad. I do really have to build up the pigmentation of this shade, and then the shimmers are a very soft formula. It's not indie at all, of course. But the latest palette she gave us was this one, and this formula is different from the quad. If you have, was it the 6-pan palette? I have it, I just can't find it in the mess that I have here. It's similar to that formulation. If you've tried the Lisa Eldridge, it's similar to that. Again, not everyone's cup of tea. I know Lisa Eldridge got a lot of rave reviews, but also she got some that did not enjoy that formulation. I think Steph from Babs Beauty, she's one of the people who did not like Lisa Eldridge's eyeshadow formulation. She did give us pretty popping, sparkly shades, but I still feel like a lot of people think for the price is not worth it, because I think this was $75. Her eyeshadow formula isn't bad. It's just the price tag does not match what you get, especially because we're spoiled and we know what beautiful, you know, sparkly, shifty shades look like because of Indie Palette. And then also the matte formulation, you either enjoy this or you don't. And again, we have so many amazing matte eyeshadow formulas out there that we choose to be picky, and you know, with reason, because this is our hard-earned money that we're spending on this makeup. It's not that she has a bad formula, it's just that I feel she can give us a tiny bit more than what she has been giving us. Okay, let's go into this blush wand. Everywhere else, I feel like Miss Charlotte pretty much excels. Now, I feel like you're either a Charlotte Tilbury fan or you're not, because you feel like it's overpriced, and I get it. But you know, Charlotte Tilbury for sure, I would say is close to a luxury brand, at least the price tags and the feel and packaging. Like, I feel like you do get close to luxury most of the time. Not always, most of the time. This is the MY from the Danessa Myricks in my Kiko brush set. I would love to know if so far you are agreeing with my choices. It is absolutely impossible for a brand to hit the target on every single category for every single person. There's just so many of us with so many different needs, so many different wants, so many likes, dislikes, skin types, skin tones. It is impossible to keep everybody happy. But like I mentioned, I'm not saying they have horrible eyeshadow formulation. I just feel like they can give us more for the price tags, you know? All right, for powders, I went in to the One Size Ultra Pink, I think is what it's called. I have a little sample for my under eyes and the RMS loose powder for the rest of my face. Now we're gonna jump in to powder bronzer, because I am going to use a product from the next brand that I'm gonna talk about, and that is Tom Ford. I am going to use the Glow Bronzer in 02 Terra, but let's talk real quick about Tom Ford eyeshadows. So, I feel like the reason why I feel this way about Tom Ford shadows is because it's a hit or miss. It's not always a hit. And you're paying what, $95? This one is the 03 Body Heat. I believe this is one of their permanent collection ones, but it's the wet to dry formula. So you can either use these as they are, or you can wet your brush and intensify the formula to where you get a much more pretty visually payoff. I enjoy this, but I will not lie that the fact that I've had more duds than winners when it comes to the few Tom Ford palettes that I've purchased has definitely turned me off from buying Tom Ford eyeshadows, especially because, like I said, $95, almost $100 for 4 shades, you know? And I think the reason why I am so harsh when it comes to eyeshadow formulas is because Natasha Denona does it. Natasha Denona gives us fabulous eyeshadow formulation, and she also gives us fabulous products in all the other categories. Now, yes, of course, not everything is for everybody, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that I absolutely love everything that she gives us, but I feel like most of what she does give us, it's pretty good, you know? This is the Sonia G Classic Cheek, part of the Fundamental set. But you see that this bronzer formula is so pretty. And I mean, so pretty. I wish they would bring more shades, unless they're giving us a new Tom Ford bronzer, because they are also working on a bunch of reformulating products. But do you see like how pretty everything is looking? And that's because these brands are great. It's just when it comes to the eyeshadows, they need to just give it that little extra, you know? I am going to create a quick little eye look with this Charlotte Quad Exaggerize. I haven't used it in quite some time, so that's why I'm picking it up. I did go in to the Kosas blush in Dreamland. So I'm going to use this little Natasha Denona fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to pick up that shade, NARS Eye Base. Next glitter glue is on. We'll jump into this shimmer, and then we'll put this one towards the inner portion, and this will be the inner corner. These are all metallic shimmery. There's only one matte in this palette. Okay, spread the back of my hand. This is the E42 from Sigma. Dipping the brush in. I'm going to dip into the lightest metallic shimmer. Use that as my inner corner. Okay, that's pretty much the eye look. Let me go ahead and put on mascara, brows, and then we'll talk about the very last brand that made this list. Okay, sorry, I had to scratch that, and I already used the product from the next brand that I'm going to talk about, but it's fine. I'll just go ahead and show you the products. Let me tell you what else I have on my face that I went in off of camera. For mascara, I have the Ilia mascara, Gucci brow pencil, the ABH lamination gel, the Refi Beauty lip sculpt in dust, and for highlighter, I went in to the highlighting wand from Charlotte Tilbury in Pillow Talk. And then for the lips, I went into a Fenty Beauty product. It's one of the new launches. They did lip liner and this. I did swatch the lip liners at my local Ulta, and they were pretty, very soft, very smooth, almost melted into your skin, but I decided not to pick anything up. I just picked this one up. It is the Glow Balm Stick. Fenty Glow is the shade I have. I am enjoying this. I think I prefer this over the gloss. I'm not a gloss girly. If you've been here for a minute, you already know that. So maybe in a stick form, I'm a little more for it. It has sat in on my lips for a tiny bit, so it doesn't look as glossy as it does when you first apply it. But for me so far, this is the second or third time I've used it. I'm enjoying it. I think it's a good product, and I don't think $25 is too expensive for it. So Fenty Beauty eyeshadows. This is the only eyeshadow palette I have, and it's the Snap Shadows in shade 5 Peach. So it's a pretty palette. I've created a pretty eye look with this. It's just a little lackluster. The matte formulation, it's a very chalky kind of formula, and you have to really build it up. So not the best mattes, and I feel like we have so many options out there. And also the shimmers, they're just your typical like traditional metallic-y shimmers. Yeah, we're kind of over those, right? I don't know. I feel like we just get so many shifty shimmers from indie brands that when we see shimmers like these, we're just kind of like, eh. It's a pass, you know? So not an absolutely horrible formula, but indie brand just gives us so much more for close to the same price tag. So I feel like Fenty maybe should work on their eyeshadow formula. I didn't hear such great things about the latest eyeshadow palette they gave us. And I think they also gave us a face palette that you could use on your eyes, and it also got 50-50. You know, they do so well everywhere else. Their bronzers are still a lot of people's favorites. They have so many different foundation formulas. The newest concealer they gave us, oh my gosh, it is so good. I absolutely love it. This glossy stick, beautiful. Is this eye look absolutely beautiful? Yes, but it's like a soft, sophisticated kind of eye look. Not everybody's cup of tea. Some people look at this and think this is boring and it's not worth the price tag that I paid for that quad from Charlotte Tilbury. So I feel like a lot of it has to do with formula and the price tag that you pay for it, which makes total sense. I mean, everything is going up in price and spending any kind of money hurts the pocket so bad, you know? So I understand and I get it. And with these brands, I 100% agree that the eyeshadow formulations just don't correlate with how much I enjoy everything else from the brand. I hope I'm making sense. Again, I'm not saying that these formulas are horrible. I just feel like we can get so much more, especially for some of them with the price tag that they're giving us, you know? Okay, well, that's going to be it for this video. Those are the beauty brands that made this list. I would love to know if you agree with my choices or not. And if I didn't mention any brands that you feel like this about, some of them I haven't tried, like the Dolce & Gabbana palette. I didn't buy that. The Gucci eyeshadow palette, I also didn't buy that. Like, there is some brands where I enjoy other products but haven't tried their eyeshadow formulas. Okay, thank you so much for being here, my lovelies. I love and appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. With that being said, do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.